Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Richard Borston with Gravel Driveway Recovery. This is a fun one that we did west of Cookeville. We had expansion areas that we needed to do. We had some grading that we needed to do. We wanted to bury and match the existing grade. And so we had a lot of cutting, quite a lot of material that we had to move. You can see how where we marked it up here, you can see there was quite a lot of pipes and things that we needed to be paying attention to. So we're going to get into this one and show you what we did. The first thing we did is we broke out the road runner. Had to do some grading here. Needed to move this material off. There already was some, as you can see, some 57 on here, but it's in poor condition and the overall road was not well done. So we were coming back in to cut, and once we had it cut, we were bringing in this stuff. Now this stuff is a little different than what we usually bring in. This is a mix of some crush and 3-inch. And so we brought it in to lay as a base, which we then, because we're going to finish this one unlike other ones that we've done, we're topping this one with 57 and not with crush. Now specifically for the owner's request. So, you know, we do what they want, and it worked for us, so we're comfortable doing it. Here you can see we're just laying this out. You can see on the right here where at the edge of that bucket where we had made those cuts, ultimately we're going to build this all back up to match that grade. Now you may notice that we've got a couple skid steers out here today, and that's because this is our normal one that we've been using, but we were demoing a 265, which is from CAT, and we were doing that because we wanted to figure out if that was something we wanted to get or not. And so they dropped it off at a job and let us run it for the day, see how we liked it. Now here we had our Vermeer coming in to bring in some additional gravel underneath. You can see we laid some of this fabric down. This fabric is not the type of fabric that I like to use, but it was something that our client had purchased and wanted to use, and so we said, hey, we'll put it down and we'll use it. What I don't like about this fabric is that it's felt, and the felt breaks down over time. As it gets wet, it'll break down. And so we always use a woven plastic fabric, but that is not what we had here today. What's a fun little note you won't see is that while we were using the Mini X, the mini skid steer, I should say, it not just threw a track, but actually broke a track. And when it broke the track, we barely were able to get it back onto the trailer and had to get it off. That was quite a bummer. That was actually the first job that we had used officially that mini skid steer on, and it was the last. We ended up selling it and moving on. Here you can see that we're compacting it. The reason why we're compacting it is we want to lock that down so that when the trucks drive over it, it's nice and compacted so that they're not pushing it all around while they're spreading the material. And of course, what that means is that if they're not pushing it around, then other vehicles aren't going to be able to push it around, because when you've got a 80,000 pound dump truck, you are doing a pretty good test of what's going to be on this, particularly for a residential driveway. If you can make it work and be compacted enough that a dump truck isn't moving it around, then you're in good shape. Here you can see that 265 I was talking about. We're mixing them up, using them to both get stuff prepped as well as to roll it. And so that was nice to have another machine on site. It really became really handy because we ended up moving a lot of material, and while we thought we were going to be able to do it right there on site, we found out once we got on site that the area we thought that we had access to, we did not have access to. And so we ended up having to hoof loads and loads of material, spoils, over across the street, down the field, over blah, 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 and that took a ridiculous amount of time. So it was real handy that I was able to get one of my other guys onto the job and get in that skid steer and run it around so that we could have my son continue on the driveway and focus on that. Now this here is supposed to be some crush, but what it's did not have the screenings that I liked, but it was fine, and we ended up figuring out how to make it work. You can see here that yes, we compact everything, including underneath the deck. And part of the reason why we were especially interested in compacting this was because there was going to be some vehicles parked under here, and so we wanted to make sure that the material didn't get pushed around when the vehicles were on top of, were driving on it. That compactor lays down about 9,500 pounds of compaction in about a 6-inch area, 4 to 6 inch area, and so it does a good job. We have since purchased a dedicated single roller, and that throws down about 8 tons of compaction. And there you go. This is the way it looks on the final run. So we've got, again, we're finishing this with 57, so it's not going to look as tight as we usually finish our stuff, but you can see it's still all compacted. And as we followed up, the client has been very happy with how it all turned out. Well, thanks for watching, and God bless.